For a kid growing up in Brownsville, it's not an easy place. It's a very tough neighborhood for a kid to actually get out of and stuff like that. At such a young age, kids are exposed to a lot more than other kids, gangs and drugs and domestic violence.
You might not see them, they might not live in Van Dyke, but they might live in Tilden houses, Brownsville, Cephalo.
With tough neighborhoods, you also have a very strong neighborhood.
We put on this uniform to help them out. And they come to us and they're always looking for that mentor, that leadership that they need.
It all started with my partner. He used to always say, oh, I got the best barbers at Queens Finest, I got the best barbers at Queens Finest. And he wanted to bring Queens Finest into Brownsville.
Mainly the streets, they never have nothing good, but one thing that the streets always have is a barbershop.
I was sitting in the chair one day, I was talking to the guys, DK, Chuck, and Mick. I was like, hey guys, you want to do some volunteer work out in Brooklyn?
He started up an event at PS 284 at the local school, right before the kids had prom, bringing in all the barbers, help the kids out with a nice fresh haircut.
It's not bad no more. It's not all about the money because we were getting paid for it. It wasn't about that. It was about making them feel like special, wanted, making them feel like they look good or there's something important in life, because they have nothing.
And that's what Queens Finest does. They're family, they're always giving back to the community. They welcome everybody with open arms.
The barbershop is a place where people come to renew themselves. That's our job. Our job is to make them feel good. After the haircut, it just gives them a whole sense of power, like swag, in other words. In hood language, it's swag.
My high school prom, I remember it to this day. I remember just going, got my hair cut, I got my suit on. I thought I was the flyest Spanish guy in the neighborhood. That's the experience I wanted to give these kids. That's your day. You work very hard for your prom and your graduation. You should be proud.
Jason, he was the one that, got us involved. And from the first time, we fell in love with it. And it was like, yo, we have to do this again.
Man, these kids really need that. They need that guy, the one cop, the one police officer to be like, yo, I'm here for you guys. You don't get that often in the neighborhood, in the hood. So it felt good. I really applaud them and Jason for being that cop, that police officer that made it happen. He's really about the community. And I'm really impressed by that.
I think for a kid in Brownsville, they need a lot of role models. They need a lot of people there for them, showing them that it's a whole nother world outside of Brownsville. It's a whole nother world outside of New York. There's a whole world out there with a lot of opportunities.
Police officers were always like the enemy to us kids and stuff. But being what I did with the police officer, with NYPD, we should get together. Everybody should get together because we need it. That'll be a great thing.
Just giving back, doing something for somebody that, not necessarily for money, mainly because they just needed it.
To me, my partner means a lot to us. It's something that joining the department is always something that I wanted to do, is giving back to the elders and also to the kids, because we see that's our next generation of police officers, our young kids.
Life is too short, and you just have to utilize every minute, every breath that you have on this planet. Every day I try to be a role model to the kids. And if I could change a couple kids' lives throughout, my career would be a great career.